Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I have Louie with me and in today's video we are going to do a happy birthday wreath. And of course, what other method can you think of making a wreath that's fun, that's big, than a curly method? That is exactly what we're going to do. Here is the sign, and the reason I'm doing this is whenever we have a birthday party, I like to put out a matching wreath to the occasion, and this would be a fun one to have on hand. So we are about to have some fun and make a gorgeous happy birthday curly wreath. Let's go over the supplies for this gorgeous happy birthday wreath. I am going to be using a roll of mesh tubing because I wanted something blue to go with the blue balloons in the sign. And then of course I'm going to be using 3 rolls of Deco Mesh. All of these are 10 yards in length, 10 inches in width. We're going to need pipe cleaners, a 14-inch metal wreath base, and of course a sign. This sign is 8 inches in diameter and it's metal. The other basics I'm going to be using for this wreath is a big clamp like this. You can use a clothespin, whatever you have on hand. I get these at the Dollar Tree. A rotary cutter, scissors, and floral wire. The first thing I always like to do is prepare my pipe cleaners. We're going to need 18 pipe cleaners. And all we're going to do is fold our pipe cleaners in half and cut them. We want about 6-inch strips. And then I'm going to grab the whole bundle, fold it in a little V, and put it in a little basket. That way we can just grab while we're making the curly bundles. Next we have our mesh tubing. This is going to add such a beautiful color to our wreath. And I want these to be 12 inches in length. So I'm just going to measure 12 inches and just start folding. I'm going to need 36 pieces of this beautiful mesh tubing. Now it's time to cut our Deco Mesh. We have Simba here for that. And all I'm going to do is roll out my Deco Mesh. I'm going to layer it one on top of the other, and then I'm just going to start cutting. My friends, it's a party here. It is absolutely a party. And then the yellow on top. Really doesn't matter which order you go in. I like to put something heavy on this side. Measure out my 10 inches. My 10 inches is this light square. Line everything up. Get my rotary cutter. I love this one. This is an Amazon one. I'll have the link below as usual. And I'm just going to cut them all together. And this will make things go much, much quicker. After I cut these, I like to put them in a laundry basket next to me. That way I don't have to worry about fraying so much in between them. And of course, to make sure these little guys don't play with them either. Now it's time to make our curl bundles. How fun. I'm going to start with this pink one, but it doesn't matter. I usually just interchange which one's on top, which one's at the bottom. So there's a variety there. And I like to make sure that this part is about 1 inch in width. I'm going to use my clamp to hold the curl together while I get my next one ready. Crisscross it. And then the white one. Our curl bundle looks like a little snowflake. How pretty. I'm going to grab one of my mesh tubings. And then let's bring our pipe cleaners in. Since it's already in the V, I'm just going to put it straight on. And what I like to do here is push it forward. That way you get that beautiful flower look, and twist it in the back. And that's it. Our curl bundle is done. It's so pretty. Let's do another one. This time I'm starting with the yellow. Clamp it, the white, and this gorgeous multicolor one. Crisscross everything in the center. Grab a mesh tubing piece and a pipe cleaner. Look how beautiful this is going to be. And now I'm going to repeat the process. We are going to have a total of 36 bundles. Whether you're going to use all kinds of Deco Mesh that you have left over, or you're going to use 3 like I have here, it doesn't matter. You're going to need 108 pieces that are 10 by 10 like this for a total of 36 bundles. Our wreath form has 6 sections, and in each section, we're going to put 6 curly bundles. Therefore, we need 108 pieces and 36 curly bundles. This is going to be such a beautiful and fun wreath. If for some reason you can't get 108 pieces and you can get about 90, that's fine. That way you can have 5 curly bundles per section for a total of 30 bundles. So in that case, you're just going to need 90. Grabbing a mesh tubing. As you can see, this is fun. This is simple. Turn on your favorite show, your favorite music, however you like to spend time when you are making your wreaths. And that's it. Have fun and relax. All my curly bundles are ready. Let's start attaching them. The wreath form we're using does have 6 sections. As I said, in each section, we are putting 6 ribbon bundles. But when I do that, I like to put my wreath base upside down so it kind of looks like a plate. And I'm going to attach to row 1 and 2 this time because I feel like the sign is only 8 inches in diameter. And I think it would just look better for the wreath to be a little bit more compact. It's still going to look huge. It's going to look impressive. It's going to look beautiful. But we are attaching all the curl bundles to row 1 and 2. Because we're scaling the wreath down, if you only wanted to do 5 curly bundles per section, you can definitely do that. This outer row should not show because, as I said, it's going to be beautiful and full. You can already see that the difference between the 2 rows is not even an inch. I have my first section done, 6 curly bundles. I am halfway done. Look at this gorgeousness. Oh my goodness. I am loving it. And really, look how full this wreath is. So pretty. All right, you guys, I got 3 more sections to do. We are all done, my friends. Look at this. What a gorgeous wreath, and I am so happy that I added a little bit of the blue. It goes so well with the blue balloons, kind of balances everything out. And now I'm just going to see how this will look. What a fun wreath, my friends. Before I get going on my sign though, I'm going to look around the wreath real quick and see if I see any clusters. If I do, I like to move things around just a little bit so we don't have clusters of a certain color, but just a little bit. It's not really that important here. You could definitely see a lot of yellow, so I do want to make sure we bring some of that pink. I'm going to bring in some of that white and break that up a little bit. When it comes to the center, if you have ribbon or if you have mesh tubing like I do, let's pull that out so that the sign doesn't squish that in. The curls filled everything in beautifully, and we're going to sit the sign right on top of the curls right in here. If you feel like there's too many curls, you can take some out, that's fine. The sign will sit beautifully. To attach my sign, I'm going to use floral wire, and I'm cutting pieces that are about 18 inches in length, which is probably going to be too much, but I prefer to have too much than not enough at the end of the day. For some reason on this sign, the holes are on the sides instead of top and bottom. There's a focal point here with the top candle to the top, and you don't want any holes on there. So whoever did the holes on the sides, that was a really smart idea. I do like to twist as close to the metal as possible, and I usually do 2-3 twists at the most. You don't need that much. And then I'm going to fold the wires in. Let's sit the sign in. That's pretty good. Let's flip and get our wires. Since the holes on the sign are on both sides, instead of attaching them evenly to the sides, I'm going to go up just a little bit because I don't want the sign to sag. So it's better to lift it up and have it hang this way. Let me do a few twists on this side. Let's attach it on this side. A few twists. Let's see what that looks like. Move it around. I think this looks great. Okay, I'm just twisting up, cutting the excess off. We just don't need it that long, and flipping it back. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Since we're still in the back, let's do a hanging loop I'm going to see where the top of my wreath is. Grab a piece of jute cord, and I'm going to do a few knots, making sure my knot does not go outside of the wreath. I like to keep it about an inch in. That looks good to me. Cut off the excess tail, pull it through to the front. I usually like to attach my hanging loop in the center row, either 2, 3, and then on the outside you can use maybe a placemat to cover. Today I decided to use a steering wheel cover, and all we're going to do is start stretching our steering wheel and give it a few really good stretches. Then you can either hold it with your finger, or I did have a subscriber that said she'll put a clamp on there and then work from there. Let's see how that would work. You know what? I like that. The clamp holds it in place nicely. And look at this. I'm just using both hands, both sides, and put it on. So thank you to the subscriber who gave that tip, because that worked really nicely. And the back looks beautifully covered. Let's go to the front. This wreath looks so impressive, so beautiful. This will be the center of your party decor, or if you put it on the front door, what a beautiful way to welcome your guests. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. Don't forget to say hello in the comments below. I love reading your comments and chatting with you, my friends. If you're not subscribed to my channel but would like to see more wreath tutorials, different holidays, different wreath styles, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to give me a thumbs up so this channel keeps on going and we keep on growing. Thank you so much for being with us, and have a beautiful and blessed day. Louise, say bye. Mwah. Oh my goodness, she's so sweet.